Alright, we are back with episode 25 on the 2020 Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition walkthrough. Today, we're going to be clearing out a lot of stuff in the Hollow Marshes here. So we're going to teleport to the abandoned camp waypoint, and we're going to head down here a little bit southwest. And we're going to find a Magister over here by a broken down little carriage. Alright, we got a couple of dead Magister bodies, some skeletons over here. So this is going to be Magister Lock. Alright, now when you talk to him, you're going to be polite with this guy. Alright, you might be like, oh, I'm going to lie and give him a fake name. Don't do that, just you know, tell him the truth. You're a sorcerer. Don't threaten to kill him. You can laugh at him a little, but don't threaten to kill him. You can help him out with his injury if you want. That's all fine. But the main thing you want to get to is you want to not engage combat with him, and you want to have this option right here, number 4. Hold still and allow him to shackle you. All right. When you do that, because, you know, he obviously can't take you back to the fort. You killed most of the Magisters in the fort. You know, this just wouldn't go well. And it would kind of ruin the plot if you got captured right there. So what actually happens is when he goes to shackle you, you're going to get ambushed by 4 undead. Alright, so we've got over here, we've got a skeletal archer. Alright, over here we've got a mage with a fire staff, so I guess that's a pyro mage. Over here we got one with two-handed axe, and then over here we have one with a one-handed sword. So we got 2 melees, 2 range, 3 of them are going to deal physical, one of them's going to be dealing magical down there. So we're just going to do what we normally do, crowd control them in the order that they appear. So we got this guy right there, 43 physical armor is their weak point, and this guy's also got physical armor as their weak point, so I'm going to teleport them right on top of each other. Alright, and then we're going to shoot him with a knockdown arrow. There we go, crowd controlled that one for the turn. Alright, so once you take care of the undead there, you're going to want to talk to Magister Lock again. You can one your way through. Oh, sorry. You're going to want to talk to him with the same person again. So I don't know why he's showing up with that. So we talked to him with Pyramus the first time, so now we're going to talk to him with Pyramus again, one your way through. And then you get to get rid of him here. Alright, and with Magister Lock out of the way, we can loot these guys up, and then we're going to go on to the next fight that we're going to do here. And the next encounter is actually really close by. Now, I have a few encounters left here, most of which I usually like to wait until I'm at level 8, but because of the just way you get experience in here, you can't wait for level 8 for all of these, so something has to be done at level 7 here. So I'm going to pick the one that gives us access to our first real source ability. Now we do have, you know, Mumbo and Pyramus have this Dome of Protection as a source ability. Beast has his Blinding Squall, and Red Prince has this Demonic Stare as source abilities. But those are really the only ones we have. Our first real one we're going to get by fighting over here, and then interacting with this statue. Alright. So the way we're going to do this, first, we're going to make sure Beast gets Chameleon Cloak back. And yeah, we'll give him throw knives, throw daggers. I always call it the wrong thing. We're giving that throwing power back. And Pyramus is going to learn spontaneous combustion there. So we're going to have Beast go into sneak mode. And we're actually going to have everybody else go into sneak mode as well. But we're going to have them sneak and be way over here. And the reason we're having them come way over here is because even if Beast is in combat and sneaking, and all these guys are sneaking, Sir Laura is still going to be visible. Alright. So we want Sir Laura to come over this way. And we're going to have Beast come over here. And you'll notice that there is a rather large Voidwoken over here. Alright, and that's going to be the guy that we are getting ready to fight. Now, if you engage combat with your thief... Oh, no, we just had the opportunity to steal from him. I don't know why we can't now. Anyway, we're not going to worry too much about getting sneak attack on this guy. The main purpose of having Beast start this is to have him be on this side of him, so that all the enemies are looking at Beast when we try to sneak in the rest of our party. Alright. So, open that combat up. Alright, now Beast is going second, which is really worst case scenario, because remember it always alternates teams. So yeah, that guy going first really didn't hurt us at all. Well, it didn't hurt Beast at all. It does hurt us in the sense that his cone of vision is going this way, but it doesn't look like it gets down to the ground level, so we should be alright within there. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have Beast start taking down this big guy right here. Alright, one attack right there. Two attack. And then Chameleon Cloak. Get Beast to go invisible there. And yeah, they're going to try and heal this guy up a little bit, but other than that, they aren't really going to take any actions on their turns. It looked like he knew where I was for a second. He looked right at him. Alright, and then we're going to delay our turn. Take him out. Throw some daggers over there, and we're all set. Worst case scenario, you know, Beast took a little bit of damage. Alright, so once you have that encounter out of the way, alright, you're going to get a little notification there on top of everybody's head, little exclamation point. You're going to want to come over here and click on that shrine with one of your starting characters. So in this case, Mumbo and Pyro. Alright, and you're going to have both of them go in there. So you're going to have Mumbo now talk to the statue. Alright, and this is the scene where you meet your god. Alright, I'm going to let you guys read through this at your own pace on yours. Summary is you're going to be the chosen sacred hero of your god, and they want you to become the new divine and channel the power of all 7 gods. And the last person who did that died relatively recently. They don't give exact time frame, but within the last couple of years, it seems. So they're trying to get you to be like the replacement savior. Alright, so long story short, you get to talk to your god, your deity, whatever you want to call it. They call them gods in here. And they're just kind of saying that you're each the chosen one of your particular race, the chosen lizard, human, dwarf, whatever you happen to be. Except for wizard. Wizard's not really a race, but they have their own god. That one was always a little weird. They just didn't have a 7th race, but they had an idea for a 7th god. Anyway, basically you're their chosen one, and then they give you some fancy new power. And the new power you get is called Bless. And we're going to check that one out in just a minute. You will always get Amulet of the Deep from this guy, by the way, which its stats are mediocre, whatever, Constitution, Air Resistance, but it gives you immunity to Stunned, so that could be very useful. One tactic that I've tried is making a Glass Cannon character. Glass Cannon makes it so your armor doesn't protect you from status protection, it just acts like extra health, so you can get stunned really easy as if you had no magic armor. This will make it so you cannot get stunned. So that is one useful combo that you can use that with. Use that on Glass Cannon characters. Alright. So Bless, right? That's the new skill we got from talking to our god. It just says blesses the target character or surface. So what that does, Bless as a status effect is a good status effect, first of all. You know, status effects are typically like bad things, like burning or bleeding or, you know, poisoned, something like that. Blessed is the opposite of that. Blessed is a positive status effect. It will buff up your resistance to everything. Alright, oh, crafting Bible there, that's cool. So it'll buff up your resistance to everything, and it will get rid of a lot of harmful effects, such as, well, I guess it won't get rid of burning necessarily, but it'll change burning. You'll be Blessed Fire. Alright, Blessed Fire heals you. And that's what it does with a lot of things, is it will change surfaces into a blessed surface. Alright. So we are going to go to the ruined castle now. As soon as you get blessed, or as soon as you get blessed, you should go to the ruined castle. Alright? And come down here, and now we're going to go through this gate. This gate we briefly mentioned in the episode that I kind of messed up the recording. There's like a 2-minute video up there where I saved Gareth. And all it is there was 4 Magisters here you had to fight, and 4 Magisters here. It shouldn't be difficult combat because we were already level 7. So I come through here. This guy is decomposing. He's got a debuff on him. And he wants you to kill him because he's not having a good time. Alright, so we're going to have Beast learn, where we got it? Sawtooth Knife. We're actually going to have him learn Ruptured Tendons, but that's a fun one. Alright, and we're going to have Beast use that to kill this guy. Now, Sawtooth Knife is interesting because it just does pure piercing damage. It ignores armor. So since this guy has a lot of armor, but not a lot of actual vitality, we're going to use that. Just ignore the armor. And take him down in 1 hit, just because that saves a little bit of time. You don't have to attack him multiple times. Now, over here, we find Source on the ground and a Source Fountain. This Source Fountain is very useful. It is an endless supply to refill your Source. And in Act 1 here, the only way that you can refill your Source is by finding these Source Puddles. There are a few of them in the Hollow Marshes, but, you know, they run out. This thing never runs out. You can just keep getting Source over and over and over. So now we can use Bless, and we can finally use Dome of Protection. Alright, so for this part here, you need to use Bless on this lever. That'll get rid of the decomposing curse thing on there. And walk on through, you get some exploration XP. And you need somebody with a source point. That's these little dots right there, bluish green dots there. Somebody with source can open up this shrine. And once you open that up, you get the cursed helmet of our cursed armor set. You get Corrupted Tyrant's helmet. Now this one, actually the curse on this isn't that bad. Alright, now it does give -1 to leadership. But it makes you warm. That's its curse, is it makes you warm. Alright. Now yeah, you'll take a little bit more damage from fire attacks, but that's it. That's all it does. It also makes you immune to being chilled or frozen. So I think, especially with Slain being a thing, I think that's a pretty good curse to have, you know? By the way, I don't think we went over the curse that the boots give you. The boots that we got will cripple you automatically. Can't move at all. So I think being warm is a pretty good curse for us to get. Alright, now that we have Bless, we can do some cool stuff with that. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys real quick. Let's say we've got some fire over here. We can bless that fire, and it turns into Blessed Fire. Now if I walk on this Blessed Fire, boom, I now have Holy Fire. That gives me fire resistance, immunity to burning, immunity to being warmed, immunity to being enwebbed. That's pretty cool. Alright, and now it does turn back into fire later. You can walk through it, you'll take fire damage, but you won't catch on regular fire and start burning. So while the Bless wears off on there, once the Bless wears off on your fire here, it just goes away. You don't get normal fire after it's worn off. Alright, we can also do something similar with oil. Alright, oil, when you walk on it, right, it makes you slow. Yeah. So when we bless the oil, it gives you Fortify. It gives you Fortified. It also clears out Stun and Petrify. Alright, so while you're walking on that, we'll give everybody Fortify, a little extra physical armor, and it makes it so that they cannot be petrified or stunned, which is pretty nifty. Not that Petrify is a super common ailment, alright, but Stun is pretty common, I would say. Alright, we're going to clear that out with some water. Alright, and then, of course, you can also bless water. I bless the rains down in Africa. Alright. So blessed water there, it's just going to heal you. You walk through it, heals you. Pretty basic. And then blessed poison, if I get it in time. Blessed Poison, it applies regeneration, right? So you're going to heal every turn. It's going to do a little tick of healing. Alright, so it's like having the restoration spell going on you. Alright. No, I'm just the easiest way to clear out a lot of poison. Just burn it, let it burn out. You unfortunately cannot get blessed electrified water. If you bless electrified water, it just turns into regular blessed water. There are some sources that say blessed electrified water gives you hasten, but I don't believe you can get blessed electrified water in the game. Blood, when it's blessed, functions a lot like water. It just heals you. And then its surfaces all can also be cursed, which is the opposite of bless. Bless will heal cursed. And it just makes them more negative. Like oil will blow up, the water will make you decay. Necrofire, just it does more damage. And it can't be put out by water. So if you hit bless on a character directly, it will give them the blessed status. Gives you accuracy, dodging, resistance to everything. It clears out disease, decay, petrify, stun. Does a lot of stuff. Alright. I used to underestimate bless when I first started, and now I love it. It's amazing. It's a great tool. It's not offensively very good, but defensively, keeping you alive, it is fantastic. Similarly with Dome of Protection, gives you resistance to everything. If you stack the two, you get like 25 or 30 resistance to everything. It's nice. Alright, so we are going to end it up pretty soon there. We are going to come in here and we're going to fight Redeka in just a minute. Redeka, remember, well, since that video got messed up here, I'll show you Slain real quick. So sorry about, again, that video where we saved Gareth. I'm going to leave it up, even though it's only 2 minutes long, because I'm going to reference it, basically. So I would like it to stay in existence. But we rescued Gareth a few episodes back, and then I had you guys come over here and talk to Slain. We had to free Slain. He was kind of chained up. He's still weakened. He doesn't have his source. The reason he doesn't have his source is because a witch stole it, drained it out of him. Alright, so the witch that stole his source is right over here in this cave. Her name is Redeka, and if we retrieve her purging wand from... if we retrieve it from her, we can release Slain, give him back his source, and free Slain, make him whole again. Now, you could do that, and you get some good quest XP for freeing Slain. We're gonna take a different route. One of the other routes you could take is just killing Slain, which is kind of difficult because he is a level 9 dragon, and we are at level 7 right now. We could get up to level 8, but, you know, he's a big boy. So, next episode, we're going to take on Redeka. Now, even though she's level 6, she spawns a lot of additional minions. I think there's like 4 zombies and 3 or 4 of these floating bug things. We are going to plan out the attack on her and try to execute it as close to flawlessly as we can. So I will see you guys in the next video when we take on Redeka the Witch.